Hello and welcome to Miss Hook's online summer 2015 biology class. I am very excited to have you. It will be only 5 weeks long, so it'll be a fast-paced class, but it should be fun. Here you can see this is our entry point for the course. You'll come into announcements. This is a nice colorized picture of neurons in the brain. Anytime I have any changes to the schedule, anything I want you guys to know, you'll have an announcement here. I'll also choose the option to send it as an email, so it should come to your email and be posted on Blackboard. So make sure you're checking that regularly to see any changes that have been made. Over on the side, you have all of these links here that are going to be your homework assignments, everything that you need to know about the course. So announcements, that's the first one, that's where we came in at. Next, we've got the syllabus, and I will go through the syllabus with you. This has all the important information for the course, what's expected of you, what's expected of me, and how your grade will be determined. Next, we've got discussion board. A couple times throughout the semester, including at the beginning, you'll have to put a submission into the discussion board. The first one will be on introducing yourself, that you'll do the first week. Next, we have My Labs Plus. This is where your homework and quizzes are. So if you click on this, the first time that you go in, it will connect your Blackboard into our site. And this is the first time that we've done what's called a direct deposit on there, or like a direct billing. So what happens is you'll be charged directly from your tuition into here. You won't have to purchase Access separately. So make sure you don't buy it twice. What comes with that is an e-text. That's a copy of your book. If you are good with that, you can just use that. Also on the course calendar, you'll have all of your assignments in there. I'm still working on those. And then you'll see where they're due. All of your assignments in here, and you're going to have multiple assignments due every Sunday at midnight Eastern time. That's 11 o'clock Central time. If you do them later than that, you'll lose credit. You'll lose 20% each day that they're late. So that's how the grading goes there. So if you did it the next day, 80% credit, 60, 40, 20, and then by the next Friday it's 0%. You really need to make sure you're doing your homework on time and getting it all done. That will be a huge determining factor in your grade. Cool things in here. Probably the coolest extra thing if you want to study is what's called learning catalytics. So what happens with this link over here is that it asks you questions about the chapter, and then things that you know you've got down, it can tell that you've got it down. It doesn't ask you more questions on it. Things that you get wrong or are struggling with, it asks you more questions in different ways so that you can really master all of the parts. Best way to study. Okay, let's go back into our Blackboard. Okay, underneath that you've got chapter resources. So before you start the homework on any of the chapters, what you'll want to do is you'll want to go into PowerPoints first. And in here, you'll have the PowerPoint, and you will also have a video that I'm working on this summer, a video presentation of the chapter. So you'll watch the chapter and take notes, and then do the homework. So there are kind of two ways you can take notes. You can print this chapter directly, this PowerPoint, and then just take notes right on that. Or you can go into what are called chapter notes, and that's a list view of the PowerPoint. So it's like a sentence form of all the things that are covered. It's a nice study tool. Generally, when I have in-person classes, students print those chapter notes out, and then they work on filling in all the notes on there. There's a couple blanks that I've left to make sure people are paying attention. You can find the answers in the PowerPoint. If you are going to print the PowerPoint, here's a couple of tips to save paper and money and resources. Okay, so what it automatically says is print one slide per page. You do not want to print one slide per page. That's a lot of paper and more space than you'll ever need. So you'll want to switch it. Usually students either do 3 slides with note space or 6 slides, so that there's 6 slides per page. And the other thing I like to do is it automatically selects frame slides, which means that you have the square around the outside. I like to deselect that feature so that there's just more open space to take notes. Yeah, so those are the two spots for chapter resources. And then in additional info, you can find lots of tools that are helpful. Okay, first, resources. I've worked pretty hard on this and I'm pretty happy. On campus, we've got several resources that you can use. We've got a tutoring center for English and math. There's no general biology, but they also give seminars like study tactics and calculator use. Community resources. If you live in the Bowling Green area and you need any help with anything, that's a great place to look. And then online resources. So we've got Mastering, the MyLabs Plus, that online homework site. We also have a lot of different educational biology links that you can use. If you don't understand a topic, the best thing you can do is look at these sites, look at a YouTube video, watch more on it so that you can get it down. And then we've got the gradebook where you can keep up with your grades. It is your responsibility to keep up with your grades. You will have a really good idea pretty much at all times where you're at, so you need to make sure that you're checking that. It will take me a while to grade essay questions from Mastering MyLabs Plus, but for the most part, the grades transfer over after you complete it within an hour or two. So if you give it an hour to transfer, you should see an updated grade once you've completed a homework or quiz. Okay, now let's look at your syllabus. When you open up the syllabus link in Blackboard, it will take you to this document. You can see our PeopleSoft information, our student self-service. This is a 3-credit class, so even though we're doing it in 5 weeks, you are expected to cover the same amount of material as a full semester course. So that means doing a couple chapters a week to get everything in. It will be fast-paced. You need to make sure you have the time to dedicate to this course. Okay. Here is my instructor information. I'm Margaret Hook. I have a master's from Western Kentucky University in biology. I studied African elephants for my master's thesis. I looked at their behavior. The best way to get in touch with me is email. It's the summer. I won't be in my office a lot. I will not be able to check my email as quickly, so don't expect a lightning fast response. I will get back to you within 2 days during normal office hours, Monday through Friday, but other than that, I can't promise a speedy response. So make sure you're on top of things and looking at them sooner than the night that they're due. Okay? And so my email statement, please use your KCTCS email to contact me so that I know who's emailing, and then the title of your email, if it's Bio 112 Online, I'll know immediately that I need to respond. And I will try to get to you within the first 48 hours after you sent it. But you can expect a delayed response over weekends and holidays and such. Here we've got some college contacts. If you've been trying to reach me for multiple weeks and I'm not responding, here are people that you can go to. Okay, course description and structure. Our course is all online. So for each chapter, you'll have things to do, lectures to watch, chapter to do on the homework, and then be quizzed over it. Prerequisites. There are no course prerequisites for this course. However, for you to be successful, you need to be able to read at a fairly proficient level and write as well. Okay. Required textbook and materials. This summer, as I said before, we're trying something new to save you guys money. And what it is that the required materials, access to that MyLabs Plus, that online homework, and the e-text is all that is required. And that will be billed directly to your tuition. So you should not have an extra charge. The book that we use is Campbell's Essential Biology. It comes with the e-text. Okay, so those required materials, Campbell's Essential Biology, Mastering Biology with e-text, 5th edition. So that's what's going to be billed directly. You should be able to go in through Blackboard and get immediate access to those materials. optional recommended supplies, so that direct billing does not include a hard copy of the book. However, I find it very, very helpful to have one. I really need something in my hands to look at. I strongly suggest you get the same. You can go online to your online bookstore and find that. They give it to us at a steep discount because we're doing the online tuition portion. You can also purchase it online through like Amazon. I'm fine with you having the 4th edition as well, and you can get it really cheap. If you have any questions on that, you can send me an email. Okay, course competencies, student learning outcomes. These are our goals for what we want to have you get done in the class. So first, use the scientific method. Understand what science and biology is. Look at the cellular functions for life. Describe evolutionary relationships. Identify humans. And then look at heredity. Okay, course resources. We use Blackboard for most of our resources, as well as the Mastering Biology MyLabs Plus. You need certain functional plugins for that. Make sure you have those downloaded. They say it works best in Firefox, so I recommend that. I will be sending you emails of any changes. You need to check that in your announcement on Blackboards. If you don't check them, that doesn't mean that it doesn't count. You're responsible for checking them. You're responsible for knowing these changes. That's on you. Okay. And make sure you start early. You will have technical difficulties at some point, especially at the beginning working with the MyLabs Plus. Please go in early and try it out. One of the introduction assignment has a portion on just making sure everything works in there, so that if there is a problem, we can get it sorted out right away. This is a short semester. You cannot afford to start late and have problems. Okay? Get started early. Once you do start working in the MyLabs Plus, it automatically saves each question, so don't worry about if you go in and out of the program. You can keep going from where you're at. It won't hurt you at all to do so. Okay. Sky CTC's policies, let's go through those now. Most of you come from South Central Kentucky Community and Technical College, so you should know them. But there are several people in the course at other colleges. So you might not be aware of some of the things that are specific to our school. One of the things that is important for every online class and required is a proctored exam. So at least once in the semester, you have to go into a proctoring site, prove that you've completed the class yourself by taking a test. The test that I will do for this course is a final. So you'll have to find a proctoring area, a proctoring center in your area where you can take this test. There's a list here of approved sites. You need to look at this at least a couple weeks in advance. You have to schedule an appointment. So check that out right away. See how far in advance you need to make the appointment and make it. You cannot generally just walk in and take a test. You have to have made an appointment prior. And at that time, you'll be required to show an ID before they'll let you take the test. So my proctored exam will have like a password on there and they'll know it. Once you come in, show them your information, they'll put in that password and you can take the test. If you're using one of our testing centers, there's no fee. If there isn't a KCTCS testing center around you, you might have to pay a fee. You have within the first 2 weeks to withdraw. Officially by June 1st, you have to withdraw from the class if you are not able to complete it. It is up to you to do so. After that point, not doing the homework or being behind is not an excuse to get a W. You will receive an E or a failing grade. And make sure if you're on financial aid, you look at where you are in the semester before you drop. If you drop early, they'll make you pay some of your money back. But at least your GPA won't be hurt if you do a W.